Hi, welcome to my Mangler/Coral build tutorial video. Let's just jump right into the component choices. Burst lasers, we use ignore armor and increased hull damage. The armor ignore is kind of mandatory. It helps you kill turrets in domination, and the hull damage is for killing targets that you've hit with a railgun and are still coming straight at you. You can just switch to burst lasers and finish them off with the lasers. Slug Railgun is kind of your bread and butter. We use the improved accuracy and tracking, which essentially translates to 8% accuracy, as for most of the time you're at least 1 degree off center. And we use the increased hit chance talent, because if it does crit, it's a really good chance that you one-shot a scout right off the bat, and just that, having that chance to me is worth taking the little bit of a DPS hit from taking the railgun damage. The extra damage also really helps against bombers. For ion railgun, we use the hits to area damage, as it's really important in domination because you can shoot a turret and that can clear mines on the satellite for your teammates. The AoE from the actual hits ignore line of sight, so you can hit ships that aren't in line of sight. But for the most part, it's used to clear minefields. For the last talent, we use reactor disruption, which just lowers their energy regeneration, and since you're already taking away their weapon and engine power, just keeps it nice and low. For shields, running distortion field with the missile disable. And this is really important, as if you're lining up a shot and someone is targeting a missile on you, this means that you can finish the shot even though there's a missile in the air coming at you. You don't have to instantly barrel roll it or anything like that. You have to be careful because it also means they're probably shooting lasers at you, so you don't want to take too many laser shots, but this gives you that option. For engines, we use barrel roll, as it's the only missile break or travel ability. I use turning. This is kind of a debatable one. Some players like the increased ship speed. I like the turning because I do a lot of barrel rolling away and then turning while charging my railgun, so that I can turn around and get one shot off while that one person is chasing me. Kind of like a railgun dogfight. For armor, I use lightweight because I like stacking evasion on this ship. It makes you really good in gunship duels. Magazine, regen extender, very important, as you really want to keep that weapon power regenerating while you're firing your railgun. We're running a large reactor, as usually in gunship duels, it's whoever does the most burst damage to each other, and the extra shields help. For sensors, I use dampening. This just lets you get some little bit more distance and maybe start charging a shot before people realize you're there. For the crew, on offense, I use Jason Wilson. This gives you a little bit of extra firing arc. It's not huge. I mean, you don't generally want to be taking shots at that edge, but it is useful for the burst laser cannon. You can also use the Galt for secondary weapon reload cooldown times. However, it takes like 0.08 off of the cooldown of shooting railguns, so I don't find it that useful. It's not enough for me to take that. For tactical, I take Malavai Quinn, which is also our co-pilot. The reason I use Quinn over Solana Rock is he has dampening sensors, and that just stacks with our sensor choice from the build. And we use Wingman as our co-pilot ability. It's just more accuracy. You just want to be hitting those railgun shots, especially with all the evasion currently being used on all the scouts. You really want to be able to hit those shots when you need to. For Vector, evasion and shields, this gives us, again, we're stacking evasion for those gunship fights and a little bit more shields. For engineering, I use Blizz. This just gives us a ton of extra engine power if we do need to run, because gunships aren't that mobile, and having the extra efficiency and engine pool is really useful. Now, I just want to touch real fast that the blaster efficiency doesn't actually work on railguns. So if you're taking the efficiency talent to get more railgun shots, that actually doesn't work. So if you're looking for more blaster power, what you want to use is Avangeth and That way you'd get the 10% blaster pool. But I recommend just stacking engine power, as you can usually do enough damage as gunships, and you kind of want to stack the ability to live more damage. Alright, so if you're just starting and you don't know what to buy, this is the purchase order for this ship. Now, I do want to mention that there are some upgrades that you probably want to get before you buy all of the purchase stuff. For example, getting 2 points into barrel roll is really important. More important than some of the purchases. But the purchase order would be distortion field, and then light armor, and then large reactor, and then burst laser cannon. Alright, and then the upgrade order would be 2 points in barrel, 2 points in distortion field, 1 in slug, 1 in ion, 3 in regeneration extender. Then you want to master distortion field, because that missile disable is so important. From here, do 4 in slug for the extra accuracy, 3 in lightweight armor, 3 in large reactor. We'll master ion, go all the way to the bottom, and then master slug, get that crit talent. Master barrel roll for the turning rate, and then just master burst laser cannon and go all the way down. And finally, master those dampening sensors. Now, Republic side has a little bit different crew choices. So for Republic side, for offensive, you would use Kaizen Fess. For defensive, Nadia Grell. For tactical and co-pilot, you'd use Akavi Spar. This gets you that wingman co-pilot ability. And for engineering, C2N2. I hope that helps you with your Mangler and Coral builds. I will be making a gameplay video so that you can see this exact build in play and kind of the ins and outs of what you need to do with it. Alright, thanks for watching.